Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are back with another weekly wears video where I go over every single fragrance that I wore all 7 days last week. So if that is content that you want to see more of, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on bell notifications so you are updated whenever I upload something new. I had a great mix of fragrances this week. I am excited to talk about each one of them with you guys. And right off the bat, I hope everyone had a fantastic Father's Day. All the dads out there, it is appreciated what you do. So we love you from here. Keep doing what you're doing. But without further ado, let's jump into the list, starting with Sunday. This one is commonly referred to as entry-level niche. I can see why that's the case. One of my favorite fragrances scent I ended up wearing is Mancera Cedrat Boisé. Not the intense version, just the OG. And nice little dent in this one because it is one of my favorite fragrances. Super versatile, really easy to wear in any situation. What makes this niche and also entry-level niche? Well, one thing that stands out to me here is the citrus and the smoky woods. Those two things, that combination, isn't necessarily normally what you would get out of a designer fragrance. My particular batch is pretty strong. I know some people debate on whether or not this is a strong fragrance. Has it been reformulated? There's a leather note in here that doesn't always come out every single time I wear it, but the citrus is just stunning. It doesn't smell like a cleaner or anything like that. Just a very concentrated lemon note that I really enjoy, along with that leather, the woods, the smokiness. It's pretty smoky on me. So one thing that I will say is that for someone coming from a designer fragrance that typically is really mass appealing, this one might be a little difficult for you to wear initially, but I think once you start wearing it, you'll recognize that it does have some of those mass appealing qualities to it, and it's not as difficult as you might think when you first spray it. So it's unlike anything else that I've smelled, really. I know people compare this to Creed Aventus. I don't get a true comparison to that fragrance. It doesn't remind me of Aventus. I don't smell this and go, oh, it smells like Aventus. No. However, it is fruity, it is a little bit sweet, smoky, musky, and woody, so I can understand why some people draw that comparison, but this is its own thing, and an incredible fragrance, really highly complimented for me. People usually ask me what I'm wearing when I have this on. I just love it. I take it on vacation with me. Just one of those fragrances that puts you in a good mood and is going to work in any situation. Mancera Cedrat Boisé. This next scent, without question, if I had to choose my Mount Rushmore fragrances, this would be one of them. Scent I am talking about is Burberry Touch. And this is a cheapie, guys. You could find this at pretty much any rack store. Just an incredible fragrance. This is an older formulation that I have here. I want to say it's 2014. But the violet here, it has this kind of peppery, slightly Coca-Cola vibe to it. It's effervescent. It just kind of sparkles off of the skin. Everything is done with a really light touch, so nothing is overdone here. Touch, right? Light touch. I mean, it's significant because I think this is a really well-balanced fragrance that everything is done proportionately well. So you don't get too much pepper, you don't get too much sweetness. Everything is so well-balanced. It is perfect, in my opinion. This is gonna really appeal to the guy that might not want to smell like a cologne, or they don't want to draw a lot of attention to themselves. So I think with hyped fragrances, and this one gets quite a bit of hype for being a cheapie, people really are looking for attention grabbers or beast mode performers. This is none of those things. It is just really effortless, well done. One of my most complimented fragrances ever. This was my signature scent for years. And you can see why. I mean, it's so perfect in every single way. And I love this one. And for the fact that you can get this for under 50 bucks in most cases, absolute steal. Performance, really good on my skin. I spray this on clothes. People are noticing it on me hours later. It's going to work for the office, school, weddings, parties, whatever. This is going to smell great. Burberry Touch. So on Tuesday, I reached for one that I knew was going to get a lot of attention from me as it gets warmer where I am. I'm in the Boston area. It's starting to heat up. We're going into a heat advisory this week. So yeah, this one is a no-brainer. It's incredible. Scent I am talking about is Bohemian Lime from Goldfield and Banks. And this is one that you guys told me I needed to try, and you are not wrong. This is a sparkling, classy lime fragrance, bergamot, and it just has this muskiness. It reminds me of some other things, maybe some things that I've smelled from Louis Vuitton. Almost a slight afternoon swim type vibe to it. Just incredible. And this is one that I would reach for on really hot days. You are going to smell fantastic. You're not going to have to worry about overpowering anyone. Although this does have sneaky performance for sure. It's one of those ones that when you first put it on, it's like, oh, okay, this is super light. Might not get a lot of attention from this because it wears so light. But I don't know, it just kept wearing the day that I had it on. I was just like, I kept getting wafts of it in the air and reminded myself that, wow, okay, this thing is incredible. Really high quality, citrus, juicy, mouth-watering citrus here. I would say it is unisex. However, I think this leans a little more masculine because of the woods and musks here. Wow. And I paid $100 for this. It was on sale, but I would pay more. It just has this really high quality essence to it that I think works really well. And man, I can't wait to try more from this house. I know there's a ginger fragrance that everyone talks about. I'd love to try that. I have Silky Woods, incredible fragrance that my friend Sal sent me. Shout out to Sal. So Bohemian Lime from Goldfield and Banks. Now on Wednesday, my Celtics played. They won. That was game 3 of the series. And I mean, I had to represent. I had to go with a green fragrance. Scent I ended up choosing is Coach Green. Now, this is a really interesting take on a, well, for lack of a better term, I mean, a blue fragrance. It smells much like other things. Sauvage, even it's the OG Coach. It will remind you of that. However, they throw in a kiwi note here that adds this greenness to it, hence the name Coach Green. And my wife, I put this on, I walked through the kitchen, she immediately complimented me. She's like, you smell great. What is it? It was this, Coach Green. Has this really clean vibe to it. So soapy, clean shower jelly, but that kiwi note adds this whole other twist and element to it that makes it super interesting. On first spray of this, my initial impression of it, I had grabbed this, I want to say from a Burlington for a great price. And I was blown away. I was like, I know it smells a little generic, a little soapy, clean shower gel type scent, but I don't know, that kiwi really stood out to me. Smelled really natural, has a slight earthiness to it. This stuff is incredible. I don't know why this one doesn't get more talk. I'm a big fan of Platinum. I'm even a big fan of the original. But Coach Green, this one might be my favorite in the line. Really good performer. This is going to project for a while. It's going to last. Lots of Imbroxin. So you're getting that extra push of Imbroxin here. Incredible scent for the money. And if you just want to smell good, I would suggest this for the younger guys as well. It's going to work for you guys. School and stuff like that. It's going to work perfectly. Meeting with friends. I mean, it's super laid back, but it can also be dressed up. It's versatile. It's essentially a signature scent. Coach Green. On Thursday, we had another really hot day, and I said, you know what? Kind of perfect day for this scent. Scent I decided to go with is Zaharoff's Coco Loco. And this stuff, guys, wow. You gotta love coconut, but if you do, and you like tropical type fragrances, this is one that you absolutely need to try. Monster performer. This one lasts a long time on me. But it's not just a coconut fragrance. It has all those elements of like feeling like you're on vacation, drinking from the coconut on the beach. The guy's coming over trying to sell you those drinks. They do it right in front of you. They'll lop off the top of the coconut, pour some, booze in there and let you drink it right there on the beach. That's kind of the vibe I get with this scent. It reminds me of being on vacation with my wife. Before we had kids, we had a little more time to vacation together, but it will definitely put you in that mood of like being in the Caribbean, that type of thing. What I like most about this fragrance is not just the coconut, because coconut's a really hard note to get right in perfume, my opinion. Sometimes it can come across as too synthetic, like if you were putting on sunblock. That's not the vibe I get here. Everything smells really natural and well put together. I believe they utilize a mandarin orange note here as well. That's at least what I get in the top. I pick up a lot of orange along with some vanilla, some of that coconut. It's that pulpy, fleshy coconut, authentic smelling. Super sweet and juicy. You really have to like sweet fragrances. You really have to like coconut fragrances. But I think the citrus balances it out well. And then I get this musky feeling too that makes it more wearable other than just a daytime, summer fragrance. I would wear this out at night. And again, from a performance standpoint, it checks all the boxes. Zaharoff, Coco Loco. So on Friday, I met up with some friends. I was hoping to see my Celtics sweep the Dallas Mavs in 4 games. Not the case. They got absolutely creamed. However, I wanted to wear a fragrance that I associate with winning a championship. It's the scent I decided to go with, Creed Aventus. And still to this day, you can tell, this is less than half left. So burning through this bottle, this is a 2021 formulation, I believe, or 2020. One spray. I don't want to waste this. So damn good. Everything that Aventus is in this bottle. Smoky birch, perfect balance of those fruity citrus notes up top, the pineapple, mouth-watering citrus, really high quality. It's hard to replicate. I have clones. They're not as good as the real thing. They're just not. I will pay for another bottle once this is gone. Assuming I have the means to do so, I would be blessed to be able to buy another bottle of this. I know it's not cheap, but it's also not as expensive as some other fragrances that I'm seeing released these days. So you can definitely get this on discounters for a great price. The longevity thing, way overhyped. It's just not reality because, as I said in the past, this scent, at the time, everyone was complaining about longevity. Now everyone is paying twice the price for this for resale on eBay because it's a good batch all of a sudden. And that has been the story of Creed Aventus for the last 10 years. People claiming that the batch before it was better, and then 2 years, 3 years down the road, they're paying twice the price for that same batch they were complaining about 3 years prior. So don't get caught up in the nonsense or the loop of batches and that some don't last, some others do. If it all comes down to skin chemistry too, that it does play a role in it. However, this is one that I do find myself going anosmic to. I got a compliment the night I wore it. I did 5 sprays of it. Maybe 6 or 7 hours later, I was getting a compliment on this from just a random person at the bar. So people can still smell this on you. Just my opinion on it. Incredible fragrance, still one of the best. You want to talk Mount Rushmore fragrances, this is probably next to the Burberry for me. Creed Aventus. Finally, on Saturday, this is one that I picked up in my most recent rack store haul, and I wanted to give this one a little more wear because initially I wasn't blown away by it in that video. I thought it smelled really good, but it wasn't my favorite of the two. But I wanted to spend a little more time with it, and I really like this one. Scent we're talking about is Bentley for Men Black Edition. Now, shortly after filming that rack store haul video, I went out and let my wife smell each of the fragrances off of my hand. I had picked up this one, and I picked up Bentley for Men Intense, which is the more popular, well-known fragrance of the two, and she preferred this one. My daughter also liked this one more, which I can see why, because it is more mass appealing. It's not as difficult to wear as the Bentley for Men Intense. That is a potent fragrance. It can be polarizing. It doesn't have a lot of mass appealing qualities to it. This does, but what stands out to me in this is the violet. First thing I pick up here. Very aquatic, airy, earthy feel to it, but while being a little bit sweet and musky and fruity and woody, the cedar here really stands out. So it's a really well-balanced fragrance. It's masculine while still being casual and fun and not too serious. I mean, the bottle, the name, totally misleading. I was expecting a darker, richer, more resinous fragrance, and it's not at all what I got. So I like this. It is. It has this addictive quality to it. I can see this getting compliments. I can see people liking this on people. You're probably going to, turn some heads. People are going to say you smell fantastic because it's super versatile, really easy to wear. This could be a signature scent for a lot of guys. Probably not one that I would reach for that often in the winter time because I tend to lean towards darker, heavier, more resinous fragrances, like I said, which is what I thought this was. But Nah, this is going to be ideal for the summertime, warm weather, and just a guy that doesn't want to try too hard. This is going to work perfectly. And for the price, I paid $30 at Burlington. Absolute steal. $30 for a really nice fragrance. Smells incredible. Bentley, they have good fragrances, no question. Bentley for Men, Black Edition. That's all I have today, guys. All 7 fragrances that I wore last week. As always, I would love to hear what your weekly rotation was. Drop it in the comment section down below. I always love hearing what you guys are wearing. Did you get anything for Father's Day? Drop that in the comment section along with it. But if you like what you saw today, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit that bell notification so you are updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video.